All right, today we're diving into something pretty big in the world of AI. It's called Olmo 3, and it comes from the Allen Institute for AI. Now, this isn't just another powerful model, it's one that might completely change what we mean when we say an AI is open. It's a huge step, and we're going to break down exactly why it matters so much.
So let's just start with this question right here. When a company or a research lab says their AI model is open, what are they really telling you? It's a term that gets thrown around all the time, but the truth is, it's a little more complicated than you might think.
Okay, this analogy just nails the difference. Most of the open models we see today are really just open weight. Think about it like this. Someone gives you a brand new car. It's awesome. You can drive it. You can even peek under the hood. But you have no idea how it was made. No blueprints, no factory schematics. Fully open, on the other hand, is a whole different ballgame. That's like getting the car, plus the blueprints, the factory tools, and even the list of where all the raw materials came from. You get the entire playbook.
And that is exactly where Olmo 3 enters the picture. It's a brand new, state-of-the-art model, but it's built from the ground up on this philosophy of, radical transparency. It's really trying to champion that fully open approach and set a new bar for everyone else.
And listen, this isn't just some abstract philosophical idea. It's all about real-world performance. The creators are making a pretty bold claim right in their paper. Their flagship model is the strongest, fully open thinking model out there, period. They're basically saying, hey, you don't have to sacrifice power to be transparent. So, does it actually hold up? Well, let's look at the numbers. Here we're comparing Olmo 3 to another top-tier open-weight model of about the same size. And as you can see, on these really tough benchmarks for things like math, reasoning, and coding, it is right there, neck and neck with the competition. This is the key takeaway. Olmo 3 proves that you can be totally open and still perform at the absolute highest level. Okay, so we know it's powerful and we know it's open. But how did they actually build this thing? Well, it all starts with creating a super strong foundation, what they call the Olmo 3 base model. And it's a very intentional three-stage journey. So here's how they built it up. First, there's this massive pre-training stage, just to give it a broad understanding of, everything. Then, they do what's called mid-training to really sharpen its skills in specific areas like math and code. And finally, they tack on a long context extension, which is just a fancy way of saying it can read and remember much, much longer documents. And to give you a sense of the scale of that first stage, just look at this number, 6 trillion tokens. That is the insane amount of data they fed this model just for its initial pre-training. It's a truly massive foundation for its knowledge of the world. But it's not just about the sheer amount of data, it's about the mix. While a lot of it comes from the web, the team made a very conscious choice to heavily include scientific papers and a ton of code. This kind of diverse data diet is absolutely crucial for building a really smart, well-rounded AI right from the get-go.
Now here's where it gets really interesting. That powerful base model we just talked about, that's actually just the starting point. From that one single foundation, the team was able to create an entire family of specialized models, each one fine-tuned for a different job.
They do this using a process called post-training. Basically, you take that really smart, general-purpose model and you fine-tune it with smaller, super high-quality datasets. It's like taking a brilliant generalist and sending them to medical school to become a surgeon. You're making them an expert at something specific, like complex reasoning or just being a really good chatbot.
And this process gives us the Olmo 3 family. You've got Olmo 3 Think, that's the one we saw in the benchmarks, and it's designed to show you its step-by-step thinking process. Then there's Olmo 3 Instruct, which is your fast, efficient chatbot, perfect for quick answers. And finally, Olmo 3 RL0 is basically a clean slate, a perfect starting point for other researchers who are studying a specific kind of AI training. So, let's bring this all back to the main point. We've seen what Olmo 3 is and how it was built, but let's really focus on why this full openness is such a game changer. Because it's about way more than just releasing one new model. So in the real world, fully open means the Olmo team released what they call the entire model flow. We're talking every single training stage, every saved checkpoint along the way, every data point it learned from, and all the code that ties it together. It is literally a complete, transparent diary of how this AI came to be. And this is the payoff. This incredible level of openness means other researchers can customize the model in ways we can't even imagine yet. It gives us true transparency, so if the model says something weird, you can actually trace it all the way back to the data that caused it. And ultimately, that's the whole point, to accelerate research and progress for the entire AI community together.
Which really brings us to our final thought. Olmo 3 is kind of thrown down the gauntlet, right? It's proven you can be both top of the line and radically transparent. So the huge question it leaves us with is this. Is this going to become the new standard? Will everyone else in the field now be expected to meet this same level of openness? I guess only time will tell.